Hello and welcome to this extremely sweltering edition of Take the Fear Out of the Gear with me, Mr. Chumley Warner.
And me, Jason Bangers, ladies and gentlemen. Today we'll be talking about Chinese diesel heaters.
Did you say for heaters? I like those, though.
Yeah, Chinese diesel for heaters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Have you not had them before?
No.
It's all right, but the old diesel's a bit strong.
Yeah.
It's just an idea for you, tubes. Have you ever thought about buying one of these things? Have you? Well, I have, and I've got one. Simon's bought two. These are incredibly capable, economical heaters, and they are very cheap to run, Si.
Yeah, and I suppose an example is if you've got like a studio in your garden or a workshop, or we're going to put one in the arcade, and you need some nice heat, especially in the winter. This is the ideal thing. But you've got a brilliant safety suggestion for this, which I didn't realise myself. I haven't installed mine yet, but Jay came up with this. I thought, yes, this is perfect.
People that are using them indoors, I bought this for my living room because coal is getting so expensive, isn't it, Simon? And not only that, it's getting quite hard to get in the winter time and struggle for us to get coal anywhere. So of course, what we're doing is we're getting like a 12-volt DC power supply, plugging it in the wall, and that requires at least a 9-amp draw, a 10-amp draw. So you need a DC power supply with at least 10 amps. So you need headroom, so you could do with one with, say, 15 amps at least. And we're just running it off the power supply like that. But there's a danger problem there. So here's the danger with using a DC power supply alone with one of these. If this thing's up to temperature, you've gone out and you just left it on or whatever, and suddenly you have a power cut. That's the first instant thing I can think of as a power cut. Your DC power supply is going to cut off. And what's going to happen to that? That is now red hot. There's no way possible for it to go through its cool down period. It has a whole
cycle
start up. It's a cycle. It starts up, it checks itself and it wrecks itself and diggers itself, and then it says West Aida, and then when it shuts down, it cools down everything before it finally shuts off. You cut the DC supply whilst that is in mid-flight, these things go up. They go up big time. I've seen them on. I wondered why they were exploding. I thought, why do these things explode? They're very safe. So of course, the DC power supply can shut off. That thing is red hot. It can slowly start melting its way through plastic. Fuel tank just sitting on top of it there like that. Disaster. So what you do, you get yourself a 12-volt battery, which is what it's supposed to have on it. Either a motorcycle one or a car one or a leisure battery, whichever. And what you do is get yourself a little trickle charger and make sure the trickle charger is plugged in, connected to the battery. And then you come off of the battery onto that and you'll be sound. No need to worry. You've just taken the fear straight out of the gear.
And that's exactly what I'm going to do with my ones, because I did not know that. Far safer.
Yeah, it just makes sense when you think about it. Of course, these things are designed to be in cabs, trucks, boats, caravans, where you would use a battery with either UV sort of like solar panels or wind turbines, whichever, to generate your trickle charge onto your batteries. And a good thing about a battery, even if it dies, see, this thing has got a voltage detection on it. So maybe when it gets down to about 9 volts, it realises something's going wrong. I'm not saying it's 9 volts, I'm just saying maybe. It realises something's going wrong, and it will go through a shutdown process. And of course, the battery will allow it to do that, even if it's completely shot, because the battery ain't going to die that quickly. So there you go, food for thought. Be very careful if you're using these things. And are they any good? We've seen millions of videos, people saying, are they any good? 100% out of 100% for me, Simon. What do you think?
I think they're a great idea, and when we've got some set up, we'll just bring you a tiny little video just to show you them working.
There's plenty of videos on YouTube. In fact, there's millions of them, but I don't think anybody tells you about the safety issue about running off a DC, because not many people think, hey, hang on a minute, someone might actually buy one to use at home as their main heat source. And of course, when you're indoors, you use 240 volts, so you plug a DC power supply in to run it, and it can just shut off. It's very dangerous.
Yeah, you've only got to have either a power cut or a fault in your power supply or component, down it goes, and there's your problem right there.
You got no more backup power for it, and they can't shut down. These things have to shut down and go through their cooling down cycle. We hope you find that useful, ladies and gentlemen. We're thinking of you. Safety first, always. By the way, I got that one for £54, but they range anywhere between 70 to 80 quid, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah.
And a piece of advice is get yourself an extension exhaust pipe. If you're thinking about needing to run your exhaust out, Simon's one, not a problem, because his exhaust is going to go pretty much
through
right
the wall
out next to it.
It's going to be no problem.
And you could buy an extension exhaust, which is quite long, I can't remember how many metres, with a muffler on it for 12 quid on eBay. Ladies and gentlemen, tubers and groovers, please hit the like button.
And subscribe.
And hit the old share as well, so other people can see us. And if you want to know about what videos we're doing next, click the bell. From me, Jason Bangers, it's goodbye.
And from me, Mr. Chumley Warner, it's goodbye.
We hope you enjoyed this video. You take care and be safe out there, y'all. Be safe.